Welcome back to Road America. Coverage of the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup, 7th race of the 2009 season. With Elliott Forbes Robinson, Derek Bernasiglio's on pit road. I'm Rick Benjamin. The Sargento camera and Dennis Trebbing's car under the Sargento Bridge. And Elliott up over 100 miles an hour here.
Yeah, they are. And this is a very fast spot on the racetrack as they're coming in here into one of the slowest spots on the whole racetrack. And that's what happens when you don't get a good run. Oh, my gosh. Watch out.
Off-road gets turned. The 29 of Mancuso goes around.
Boy, he was real late on brakes there. I think he should have broke a little bit earlier, and that wouldn't have... Oh, my gosh!
Another car off into the bridge. Debris up on the racetrack from Dennis Trebbing's view. We've got a car against the wall to the right side. Trebbing, the youngster from Cape Coral, Florida, rookie driver in his first start. Let's take a look at the Kohler onboard camera. Jeff Mosing's machine. Oh, it was Mosing that got Mancuso.
Boy, he got in there really deep, and it was just not going to work out. He lost the momentum coming up here as well. But, oh man,
he gets put into the wall.
Boy, he got stuffed pretty good there.
So Jeff Mosing, he has been a pinball several times this season in the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup. On board Mancuso. See what happened to Nick in the 29 car. He just gets into the kitty litter and has to restart.
Yeah, he lost a lot of spots there, too. Boy, the guys are going wild here. This is nuts.
Another first-timer, Richard Fisher, up the hill. I think he's the one that got Mosing.
Yeah, it looks like he put him in the wall. That could have been really disastrous there, though. Because when he went, he got moved over.
He got sandwiched. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. So it wasn't entirely his fault, whatever happened on the inside there. But that could have been really nasty there.
Meantime, for second spot, Stan Wilson to the inside. Let's climb on board with Mark Miller's Mazda camera machine. He gives up that spot. Wilson from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, in the silver 92 car just took second away from Mark Miller.
Yeah, they seem to be swapping some positions here. This is not a place where you would normally pass coming up to the last corner here, but he's getting a run. Now he's got to get his run so that he can catch Wilson going up the straight.
All this allowing Todd Lamb to pull away in the Luna C car, the 84.
Yeah, which amazes me, because at this track, it's not that easy to get away from everybody. It looks like Lamb's doing it again. But the guys for second are going their nose to tail here, and Piscatell, who was up front and got on the pole, has now got his work to get it cut out for him to get back up front again. Now they're freight training Wilson on the outside here. He's not going for it. Piscatell had to lift.
Long front straightaway to the 90-degree right. That's turn one here at Road America. Wilson, let's get on board Wilson's machine, the Kohler onboard camera, as he tries to fight his way toward the front.
Yeah, he's giving a signal. Let's line up. Don't go by me. Just line up. Let's get back at this thing again. But I don't know that Justin wants to do it this time. But Wilson's getting lined up now to get a draft because he wants to take a shot at turn 5 and see if he can get back up into the position again up in 2 or 3.
On board with Wilson under the Sargento Bridge, one of the long straightaways here where the draft really comes into play. Let's take a ride with Lionel Kent from Powell, Tennessee, one of the Alara entries. And that 13 car starting to move up, Ellie.
Well, he is. He's come up through the pack a little bit. Guys up front are going side by side through here. It's going to cost them a little bit, but he's sitting right up on Justin right now, and Justin's doing a heck of a job again, but he's using his head.
Fighting for 5th and 6th, little bump into the corner. Drafting so critical here. Before the start, we asked Derek Bernasiglio to talk to some of the drivers about the importance of the draft.
You hear the term drafting in NASCAR and IndyCar racing, but the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup does its share of drafting as well. We walked around the pit area today and talked to some of the drivers about how you draft around Road America.
Well, the draft is very important here. Obviously, there's a lot going on. There's 3 long straightaways at this track, so it's very critical to get a good toe off the guy in front of you and hopefully do a slingshot pass down every straightaway. That can get you to the front pretty quick.
The more cars in front of you, the bigger the draft is. And you can pick it up from 30 car lengths back, much further than you think. You just start to, really what I notice is I start to hear. You can hear the wind, just the wind noise is different, and you start to get a harmonic of the engines, and boom, 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 and all of a sudden you just feel your go, 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 and you just get sucked up to the car in front of you.
The interesting part is coming up the front straight, and after you pass the start-finish line going towards turn 1, if someone pops out to pass alongside you, the side draft actually makes the car being passed almost feel like someone's putting the brake on. It starts slowing down. So it's very noticeable, and it's going to be very interesting late in the race when everybody's tires are worn down on where you are and when you make your charge.
Drafting works from so far back, but also if you're right behind, like we see right here, when one car pulls out, it makes it wider and it does slow them down.
Local yellow over on the backside of the racetrack. Austin, Texas is Jeff Mosing on the hook. The tow strap bringing the 31 car out of the kitty litter. That was part of that huge incident going uphill. One of the other drivers who ended up in the gravel, Nick Mancuso here in the tire line at 29 car, running all by himself. More of the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup in a moment.
When I started racing at my very first race, I drove my car to the track in Pocono, Pennsylvania. And I'll never forget, you know, these BFG guys came up to me and said, "Hey man, you need some racing tires on that car." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is street cars. You know, what are you trying to rip me off? I don't need any tires." And I went out and drove them on the stock tires that were on the car. Well, after my first race, they were just chunked up and off the car, and I was like, "Oh my, I'm gonna have to buy some tires." So I went out and won the next day on some R1 race tires. That kind of started my relationship with BFG.
The BF Goodrich tire is a part of road racing and has been for some time. All that counts is what performs the best, and our BFGs perform the best. These tires wear longer and wear better, so they don't peak at the beginning and go downhill all the way from lap one.
Normally, tire performance degrades